Hi everyone, it's Darren Jacklin here, world-class professional speaker, corporate trainer, and angel investor. I want to thank you for investing your time to follow me on social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. I just want to share with you in this video, because I don't usually do videos. Facebook to me, Twitter, social media is a way of giving back to making a difference for my life. For the last 19 years of my life, have traveled over 200 days a calendar year, making a difference in tens of thousands of people's lives a year. And at the stage of the game right now where I'm at is I work with a lot of elite, best-in-class men and women who work in their respective fields and industries and areas. Presidents and CEOs of companies and corporations and organizations, and now being introduced to presidents of countries, and also working with different billionaires and very different affluent people. But over the last 12 days, I went through a remarkable shift. Some of you watching my Facebook posts, following me on Twitter and on LinkedIn, you may have noticed a slight shift and maybe a big shift in my life in terms of what I've been posting, what I've been sharing. And some of you that see me on a frequent basis or see me in the media doing an interview, you've noticed a shift. Well, about a month ago, one of my colleagues and friends who's a president and CEO of a company, he made an introduction to a gentleman here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And this gentleman, if I name drop to you right now, you're not going to know who he is. It's like the Wizard of Oz. He's behind the curtain, behind the scenes. Some of you remember the movie called The Karate Kid, Karate Kid #1, where wax on, wax off. And some of you remember the movie called The Peaceful Warrior with Socrates. Well, every successful person in business, in sports, in politics, has a dream team of people around them or behind them or beside them that take them to the next level. They level them up. And what I've had a chance to experience over the last 12 days is a gentleman who is not known around the world, but actually works. If you take 7+ billion people on planet Earth right now at the time of this recording this video, this gentleman works with the top 250. The top 250 people of the 7+ billion people on planet Earth. These are the best in class people. These are the elite people in corporations, the billionaire level, the highest performing athletes in the world, Nobel Peace Prize winners. To get access to them is not that easy. And I was through an introduction, through somebody introduced me to him, and we've spent some great quality time together over the last 12 days. Well, I've been taking some training from this gentleman, and it has revolutionized my life. And so what I'd like to do is have a conversation. We're going to do a few minutes on this video, and I just want to share some things with you that can touch, move, and inspire you and make a difference in your life. And this gentleman is a real treat for you today. And I'm very honored and very blessed and very grateful to bring him to the world now through social media, through the power of technology and the internet. And this is a stretch because this is not something he normally does, okay? He doesn't normally come out and reach the masses of the people of the world. He works with the top 250 people on planet Earth of the 7+ billion people in the world. So I'm actually at his home here right now, right here on the Pacific Ocean, here in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where he spends some of his time. And his name is Don Smith, and I'm just going to move over here right now and welcome you, Don, to do this interview. I know this is it's not scripted. It's not. We haven't went through a rehearsal with this.
None of the above, no.
So we're just as they say in Toastmasters International, it's called impromptu speaking. So Don, welcome. This is going out around the world through Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. These are social media websites that my generation, other generations get on, and I know you're not involved with that world, but anyways, this is going out around the world to people in different countries and different time zones.
Well, hi to everyone from beautiful West Vancouver. A beautiful, beautiful, magnificent day.
So we've had a chance to spend 12 days by telephone, Skype, and in person. And I went off to the Bahamas on a vacation to a private island for a week and just had a remarkable time.
Yes.
I normally don't take vacations because I travel all the time and stay in great resorts and great hotels. But you encouraged me to go away for a week and work with the I Am energy and just be with that. And maybe you just want to share with people that are watching, because some of the people that are watching now have known me for a few years, and some of them don't know me because they just follow me on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and social media. But maybe you just want to comment or share what we've went through, or what I went through over the last 12 days.
Yes. Well, even though Darren's saying it's 12 days, it's like the first day we met was 3 hours, the second day was 2 hours, and the third day was an hour and a half. And he had 100% of what he's talking about. And what I did was kind of like a Formula One race car. I got him out on the track, got him out into real life experiences and really test the transformation, and come back today, which is 12 days later, for that second adjustment and to clean up any sabotage pieces that are going on. And you know what, most I have yet to meet, there's probably some, but I haven't met them yet. Most of the elite performers, the highly influential people, are driven by a program that's a not good enough program. And if I may be so bold to say, sure, Darren had that in spades. And what was neat was how much Darren perfected the old system, because he really did. He perfected the duality system of inferior, superior, not good enough, all of those. And he had it down to a fine science intellectually.
Yes.
And so,
well, it's been interesting because I operate from my brain. I operate from my head, from the neck up. Or did, yes. And my disconnect from people who've been in my audiences and worked with me, and girlfriends who will be watching this, and women that I know, was I couldn't connect to them emotionally. I used to not be able to do that emotionally from a heart level. And it goes back to things in my childhood, and my sister dying when I was a year old, and various different things, my parents going through divorce, me being not good enough in school, and academically not succeeding in the public school system in Canada here, and a lot of various different things, specific events or incidents that have been going on in my life. And I was totally unconscious and unaware of what I was going. I've read tons of books. I've invested over $800,000 in the last 20 years in personal professional development training programs, having mentors, coaches, mastermind groups. Been all over the world, over 40 plus countries on 4 continents. I've been around some of the most successful people on planet Earth, and I was still trying to figure it out.
Yes. Still trying to be good enough.
Yes, true. Yeah, it's interesting because I've worked with 9 different billionaires today, and Dawn and I, through some of the work we've been doing, is I never ever felt good enough, even around billionaires and presidents, CEOs of some of the largest countries on planet Earth. And I would achieve the highest levels in the corporate training world and the professional speaking world level. And if you look at my biography of what I've done, and yet I've trained 150 Fortune 100 companies, but yet I didn't train 500 or 300 or 428 of them.
It's never enough.
It's never enough.
It's never enough.
Make $25,000 a day doing corporate training plus first-class travel expenses, and it was never enough.
Presidents of countries, it's never enough.
Correct, yeah. Yeah, and going to have some doors open for me of meeting some very influential people that, royalty, spending time with royalty here on the planet, and then leaving and just not feeling good enough.
That emptiness still there.
True.
Never got filled.
Yeah, and so it's been a remarkable journey over the last few weeks, I guess, with you.
Yes.
I'm very coachable, but I
agree with that.
I have a resistance to some people because I'm a results person. And to me, if you have a great academic degree, that's great, but what impresses me is results. You want to get my attention? Show me results. If you're a real estate agent, financial planner, mortgage broker, whatever it is, you're a professional athlete, show me your results. And that's where you got my attention. So I'm not impressed by degrees and talking and chatter and so that. I'm impressed by show me what you can do, right? And like when you and I first met, and I came to your house here, and I like cars, and he has a McLaren car, and you've the things you've done in your life, and I thought, wow, this guy's achieved some success for someone to feel that, and then I want to get an Audi R8 now, and here I'm wired. Through my manifestation, how I do things is it's like, well, hey, this is gonna be like a trophy in the sense of accomplishment, achievement, and that was the old programming of me. Now the new programming is me is that I've worked hard over the last almost 20 years of my life, traveling all over the world, making a difference. So now it's allowing myself to feel grateful and feeling blessed with gratitude and appreciation that through all my hard work and time and effort and energy and the many lives I've had a chance to work with over the years all over the world, that this is a chance for me just to feel good for an appreciation of what I've accomplished, what I've achieved, and not striving for it, but actually just being appreciative of that.
Yeah, and there's something that the listener may need for some
Sure.
foundation for this.
Sure.
There's my goal is to raise the consciousness on the planet to a level of 600 points. Now, 600 points, if you look at Dr. David Hawkins' book, Power versus Force,
It's a great book. If you've not read it, it's called Power versus Force. Google it, get it on Amazon, get it at your bookstore, public library. It's called Power versus Force. Great book.
And he talks about Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad being at 1,000, Hitler being at 75, the mass consciousness. At the time that he wrote the book was at 204. And Darren, when he came, and so you need to know that, he talks about jumping by 5 points or something in a lifetime. Well, Darren was actually around 200 when he came in, if I'd be so bold as to say that number. And he's now operating at 600.
Mm-hmm. And I feel it too.
And it's like we're talking 12 days.
Yeah.
We're not talking 12 years. We're not talking about being in an ashram or any of those kind of things to do that. And what happens is that my vision is to raise the consciousness of all humanity to 600 by taking those 250 people that are already highly successful that have probably maxed out at 500, because 500 is the maximum you can get at an intellectual level. Mm-hmm. To go higher, you have to go to a completely different operating system. Mm-hmm. And so that's what Darren, and he was so pliable that what we did was we shifted the piece that was driving his not good enough system, that never allowed him to rest. This was his first holiday and the first time he ever relaxed. So they both came at the same time. Coincidentally, 2 days after he finishes his 3 days, initial phase 1. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
And so what that is the more people that the highest level have this experience, the faster the consciousness on humanity of the 7 billion people is going to shift with them.
Absolutely.
And Darren has had the privilege through some different pieces that happen to experience this.
Absolutely.
And it's like there is nothing from Darren's old system active anymore. There's no buttons. There's no triggers. There's no drivenness. And yet he's still here wanting to do everything because his intention has changed to be able, from doing the same behaviors, from the level of consciousness he's now at, which is 600 plus. Mm-hmm. And by people doing that are highly influential, you will pull everyone that you're connected to that place. And all of your decisions, every single one that you were going to make, in Darren's case, 12 days ago, none of them are the same. He may be able to be going someplace, but his intention is totally different.
And it's interesting, I'll add that I was I'm a get-it-done person, and my weakness has always been impatience and just AAA type personality style. And I was never a being, like I'd go to hot yoga and,
doing,
yeah.
A doing machine.
Doing machine, yeah. And I was just go. And those who know me are laughing right now watching this video because you know what I'm talking about. But I was intense. Like, my career when I first got started, like some of the stories that I share with some of the people around the world and audiences and media events, stuff like that. When I was like intense, but I was never being, and so I would go out and I would achieve and conquer, and kill that thing, because you don't eat what you kill as you're an entrepreneur, and because you're paid based on performance results. And so once I killed that thing and dragged it home as my prize or my reward, then I'm like, okay, cool, I can just chill for a few minutes and just be present and be in the moment, or go to a yoga class and be, or go on a camping trip and just be, but take my phone with me and still connect with people. And what I just did was learn how to be. 90% of my life is being and 10% is doing, and the shift just in the last 12 days. But not only that is the results.
Yeah, so
that was hard to convince, because my intellectual mind is like BS, which is belief system.
So Darren, if I could be so bold to use the numbers, it's like when he showed up, he was 95 doing and tripping over the odd 5% of a being.
Correct, yeah.
And everything came from that place. Mm-hmm. And the effort that's required to operate from that system is insurmountable. Would you agree?
Oh, well, now that I've went through what you've done, and
Yes.
I understand both sides, I understand how much energy
Yes.
and how my physical body, what it went through
Yes.
to operate from that system, whereas the new system I've got now, which you've mentored me on, is just virtually effortless, and the energy is so much more efficient.
Yes, because now it's a doing. Now it's a being. It's a beingness, and that beingness, which is now 95% being and 5% doing,
Yeah.
it's 100% results and practically zero effort. It's amazing, and
It
it's
is.
hard for people to understand that that's possible. But would you agree that there's no exaggeration here?
Well, absolutely, for sure. And you know, for those of you watching or those of you who don't know me much, doing what I do around the world and the schedule that I have and travel, I'm not a kumbaya kind of person. I'm not a rah-rah fluff kind of person. I'm not a woo kind of person. I'm very practical, my brain logical, and I got to see specific and measurable results. And so when Dawn first started sharing with me, I'm thinking, okay, let's, you know, we're going to drink the Kool-Aid and sing kumbaya here kind of thing, right? But the thing is that I, in a very short period of time, and I'm not putting down what you're saying, that's my mind, the way it thinks. But the way, short period of time, I understood what he was doing, and it resonated with me. And I started to feel things, you know what I mean? And whereas before it was just head up, I started to actually feel things. And it was interesting because in my life, I can watch a movie, like a movie called The Notebook, or a TV show in North America, a reality show called The Undercover Boss in the United States, America, and Canada. I watch that show. I don't watch much television, but I would get emotional. I would cry watching Undercover Boss, or watching the movie called The Notebook, or watching some romantic comedy. But the thing is going through this process with you, as I realized that it was outside of me.
Yes.
And
everything
so,
was externally driven.
correct.
Externally driven, externally referenced. And what we're talking about the I am energy is internal perfection.
Yeah.
What people don't know is they're already perfect, and almost every high achiever is trying to be perfect externally, which is impossible.
Yeah.
However, there's people like Darren that has perfected external perfection as best as they can perfect it.
Yeah.
But it's still impossible to achieve, where internal perfection you already have.
Yeah.
And it's when making that shift, not intellectually, because it's impossible to make it intellectually. It has to be done neurologically and cellularly, and reprogram the 100 trillion cells to the program of who you really are, which is a natural, balanced, calm, powerful state of beingness.
And what's interesting, what he's sharing, somebody might think, well, wow, what is this stuff? You understand, he's working with some of the most, you know, Nobel Peace Prize winners, and I'm not going to mention names because of confidentiality, but the thing is that Don works with the who's who, the elite class, the best in class, like I do, and we travel in similar circles now, we realize. But the thing is that when you're playing at that level, there's no room for BS. Like, there's thorough due diligence, and they can make a few phone calls and find out if Don's a quack or not, and, you know, and haul him off to the hospital and give him the medication. But the thing is that, you know, it's true, right?
Yes.
The thing is that at your level, there's no room for error. And so
Totally.
what I want to share with you is some of you may have heard that coming up in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, on the weekend of August 15th, 16th, and 17th of 2014, I am doing a small, intimate mastermind group. The tuition is $5,000 per person, plus you pay your travel expenses. We're going to have a personal chef come in and take care of all our delicious meals and stuff like that, but your tuition is $5,000 per person, or if you're in a couple or a business relationship, it's $7,500 per couple to come in. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, August 15th, 16th, and 17th of 2014 here in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. If that's something that resonates with you, you'd like to come out, we can have a 15-minute telephone conversation to see if we're a match. But I'm going to be training people over that weekend, like in a very high-level elite mastermind group. This is something I do with presidents of countries and presidents of various different corporations, organizations, and work with billionaires and multimillionaire clients. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Dawn come in and be part of the group throughout the weekend. And maybe if you're comfortable, I don't know if we're just talking about this right now, but if you want to maybe get a speak, or if you're comfortable with that, or just connecting with everybody, what I want to do is have Dawn share some things with us at the event.
Actually, what I would do, I will actually demonstrate something very, very powerful that I have worked with. For example, the biggest, tallest, heaviest athlete I've ever done, he was 6'8", 260 pounds. And I with one finger put his arm down.
Wow.
And so I will show you where all your power is going, and so that you can there's a way to seal that off and use a totally different power that's inside you, that's already there. And I liken it to the Michelangelo statue of David. When Michelangelo was finished with the statue, he said, "How did you create such a magnificent statue?" And he said, "It was simple. All I did was chip away everything that wasn't David."
Wow.
That's what I do. I don't give people anything. They don't need anything. No one needs anything. They just need these layers and layers and layers of belief systems of who they think they are to be stripped away, so they're left with all of who they are.
Fantastic.
And I will demonstrate that.
Good.
So you can see it and feel it and really get a sense of the difference, the dramatic difference.
So you can come out, hang out with us that weekend, August 15th, 16th, and 17th of 2014 in Vancouver, Canada. I'm going to also look at some other dates down the road. I know it's a short notice. If you're open to playing with us, some of that, come hang out. If you want to hang out, it's a very productive weekend. We'll be doing some things. I'll be showing you how to manifest things, how to plan the next 6, 12, 18, 24, 36 months of your life in a 3-year plan. And I'll be showing you things that I've done. For those of you who've done due diligence on me and learned about me or have been following me for a while, you've seen the things that I've done in my life and manifested from my old system. Mind you, that's right, and it's pretty cool because that's my old system that I've operated.
He doesn't know what he's going to be doing on the 12th because his system is so different right now. All I know is it'll be unbelievably enhanced.
Yeah. So we're just a few weeks away from August 15th, 16th, 17th. If this resonates with you, just contact me. The phone number's 415-592-0356. If you're in the USA or Canada, again, 415-592-0356. Toll-free number anywhere in North America, 1-888-423-5932. Again, toll-free at 1-888-423-5932. Or just go to the website, www.darrenjacklin.com. That's www.darrenjacklin.com. The site, or this event we're doing is not going to be posted on the site. It's just on this video. It's just an offering if you'd like. Anything else you want to share with what you and I have done, or we haven't rehearsed this or scripted this? So
well, certainly I would like for you to maybe check out my website at www.imenergy.ca. There's some videos there. They're not going to give you even close to what we're talking about here, because there is no difference. I mean, I've got a book, Internal Perfection, and all of those. But it is when somebody's in front of me, I get the information and I can just go like that. And that would at least, with checking my website out, or even send me an email, don@imenergy.ca. You can ask me some questions from what you've just heard to get you better prepared. And remember, this is not about taking my program on that weekend. It's about getting a taste for it.
And this is not going to be a pitch fest or one of those things that they do where people run to the back of the room. This is I don't do that.
No.
It's a different level. But
yes.
I laugh at that kind of stuff. Anyways, I'm not putting people down because I have some friends of mine that are in that industry and that do that kind of stuff. But respectively, it's what we do that's not what we do. But just to be upfront with everybody, Don gets retained at 7 figures and above with some of his clients, 7 figures or more a year. And that's just to work with them one-on-one. And he has a handful of clients he works with internationally, top cream of the crop of people around the world. And they pay him 7 figures or more a year, plus stock options and benefits and things like that, just for retainment. So you get a chance to hang out with this guy for a few days over a weekend in Vancouver, Canada, and just collaborate with him. I hope you don't mind I just shared that, but
yes,
we can edit it out if you need to. But
yes, and what Darren's talking about is that there's an incredible value to what it is I do, both from the size and the gigantic impact that it does, but also the speed to which it happens. And there's a value that comes with that.
Sure.
There's an amazing value. So the guy that saved $615 million on a 6-minute phone call.
Yes, just to give you a little background, is Don was retained by a very affluent man who was involved in a business situation, and the guy retained Don, and he called Don, and it was a major thing going on. It was a lawsuit, was it?
Yes.
A lawsuit, and Don had a 6-minute phone call with him and worked with him on some specific things once you understand more of what Don does, and in 6 minutes saved the guy $615 million on a business deal. So those are results in record speed time.
Yes.
And it's not, this is verifiable stuff. This isn't, just throwing things out there like you see on the internet. This is accurate information and stuff like that. So we could talk. I don't know how long we can do a video for. This is new to us. It's new to me. I have a team of people that work. Don has a team that works. So I just thought I'm here with Don today doing a session with Don, and I just got this new laptop computer, and it's got a video thing on it, and so I'm learning to play with this kind of stuff. So you know what? This is not my strength. It's not Don's strength. Work with this technology, but we just want to share and give and make a difference in people's lives. And we're just regular kind of guys that.
Yes. But I will tell you what Darren's strength is. When in regards to me, he was willing, he was open, and he was honest. Mm-hmm. Those are the three things that Darren had in spades. And as a result, he got gigantic, and instantaneous transformation as a result. So that's the cool thing.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing. So
look forward to
yes.
connecting more with you guys. If it's something you want to do on the weekend in Vancouver, just connect with us through DarrenJacklin.com or 415-592-0356 or toll free at 1-888-423-5932, and we'll maybe shoot some more videos and learn how to use this technology better. And
totally, yes, and get to meet you all in person.
Yeah, it'd be great to make a difference. So thanks everyone for staying with us for 20 plus minutes here on this video. I'm grateful for this, and thank you, Don, for coming onto the camera with me and just winging it and stuff like that. And
yes.
And we'll connect again soon, everybody. And thanks so much. And now we're gonna figure out how to shut the camera off. So we will do that. Thank you.